This is Pittosporum tobira creme de mint, and it is a low form, as you can see here. It's an evergreen shrub with variegated foliage, nice glossy semi-waxy leaf surface, and the height you see there is probably 2 to 2.5 feet high, and they get 3 to 5 feet wide. A lot of people don't think they get this wide, but I've consistently seen them spread out over time. And although you're looking at a grouping here that's um, that they were probably planted 2.5 to 3 feet apart. Really, if you're doing a grouping, I think that's a good spacing, by the way. But this one right here is probably 4 to 4.5 feet wide. So that's the size. Hardiness, they're hardy down to around 15 to 20 degrees Fahrenheit. And also, a lot of the Pittosporum family, including this one, are fairly reliable in terms of deer resistance, so I'll just throw that in there. Also, once established, they're quite drought resistant. The Pittosporum tobira family is very drought resistant. I think it has a lot to do with the waxy leaf. So what I like about this as a design element is obviously the foliage color. You see there that it's kind of a gray-green leaf and with a creamy margin. And very good, clean looking plant. This planting here is about 15 years old and has very little that the maintenance person has to do to it. That's the other thing, is it falls kind of in my sweet spot for design, which is plants between 12 inches and 36 inches high, and then having little or no maintenance because the flowers aren't really significant on this plant. There's not a lot of maintenance. There's no flowers to clean up. There's no foliage drop. And because of the size, if you use them in the right place, you shouldn't have to prune them either. They have this nice, more compact form that you're seeing. And plants like that I'm able to use a lot in design because I'm always looking for ways to lower maintenance and also the water demand. So this one's pretty high ranking in terms of plants. The only downside I've found with Pittosporum tobira of this type, creme de mint or Wheeler's dwarf, this is essentially a variegated variety of Wheeler's dwarf, is that they can get holes in them, and if they do, they don't always fill in very well. The wood is kind of soft, and then when it's broken, the hole doesn't always seem to heal back over or fill in the way you would hope. And but other than that, pretty low care, high quality plant. I like this one a lot. And I think that's about what I can tell you. So low water, once established, prefers a little regular water but doesn't have to have it. And again, using the foliage as the interest. I like to use a smaller group than this one here typically because, again, I like lighter foliages to be contrasted by something darker. I think that's a little more interesting, but still a nice planting here and a good example of Pittosporum tobira creme de mint. Enjoy.